Shout out to you, YouTubers. It's your boy Brooklyn once again, man. And y'all defrauded homeowners of America. Look, what I'm finna bring to you today, these are things that you could use in whatever foreclosure process or whatever the case may be. Let this be known that this is for educational purposes. Do your own research, all right? And all rights reserved. And this is your American National, your boy Brooklyn, non-combative, not belligerent. Shout out to the Wolf, A6, Grind Time. Thank y'all for y'all support, y'all education. You know what I mean? And shout out to Gene Keaton and Yusuf L. Alright, so let's go forward. Today we're gonna go about talking about securities, alright, and how you got into a security contract and how you're entitled to recoupment, alright, dividends. Alright. Today I want y'all people, man, to go online and download the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. Alright? It's free. Alright? Know your consumer laws, man. Know your consumer laws. Alright? Understand everything is done on credit. Alright? If you want to download it, just go to Title 15 or just type it in. Alright? So with no further ado, we're going to talk about, I'm going to prove to you that you got into a security transaction, all right? And that you're supposed to get back your dividends off it while it accumulates, all right? Also, I'm going to show you that the holder in due course cannot be no longer your creditor, all right? Because he doesn't hold the security instrument. I'm going to show you that too. This ties into video one of this. A defrauded homeowner of America, alright? So, y'all gotta excuse my speech too, man. Alright, so, with no further ado, your right to rescission on the TILA. TILA means the Truth in Lending Act, alright? That's the short version with Regulation Z, alright? So, we're gonna go on to Title 15, U.S. Code 1635, right to rescission. So, boom. Let's go on to A. Disclosure of obligors right to rescind. All right. That's A. All right. But we want B. We don't want that. We want return of money or property following rescission. All right. It say when, and I'm reading from my notes, man. Yo, listen, I'm old school. All right. I'm not gonna be doing all this tech. Yo, I like the raw data. All right. I can't just be scrolling through the screens and be sitting there for hours reading. It hurt my eyes. So this is how I got to bring it to y'all, all right? And guess what? It's even more fun that way. All right, so follow me. So remember, we going to 15 USC, section 1635, right of rescission as to certain transactions, right? And we're going to go to B, right? The B version of that. All right, it say return of money or property following rescission. When an obligor, you, exercise his right to rescission under subsection A, he is not liable for any finance or other charge. That means once you send this paperwork in, that means everything cease and desist. Everything stop. They can't say, oh, you owe this for next month or whatever the case may be. All that shit stop. All right. So, and any security interest given by the obligor. Listen, again, let me hold this word. Security, all right? Look at the word security and then look at interest, all right? And any security interest given by the obligor, including any such interest arising by operation of law, become void upon such a rescission. Within 20 days after receipt of a notice of rescission, the creditor shall return to the obligor any money or property given as earnest money, down payment, or otherwise, and shall take any action necessary or appropriate to reflect the termination of any security interest created under the transaction. If the creditor has delivered any property to the obligor may retain possession of it. All right. So right then and there, I just proved to you one time already. All right. You got a security. That means you got to bring me back everything. You issued a security. It went from a promissory note, and when they securitize it, it became a security. So it went from Article 3 of the Uniform Commercial Code to Article 8, which governs 3 and 4 of the article. All right? So we're going to go from there. All right? So remember, I want y'all to remember this also. If you was never noticed off your right to rescission, that was not proper notice. All right. So the 72 hours they say you got and all that, they don't even pertain to you. All right, because you never got proper notice, and it should be delivered in the form. All right. Second of all, the other fraud you got up on you, you feel me, is the fact that why am I not getting my dividends? So that because you're not getting your dividends alone, you can just take back the whole loan. And guess what you did? You just collapsed the whole thing because they got to give back the pool of investors in this retirement investment trust back all their money. Just imagine everybody start doing this shit. Yo, I'm not asking you. I'm giving you the facts. Go study the law. All right, let's go. So I'm gonna take you down the rabbit hole to the UCC, and I'm finna read from my notes. All right. So I want y'all to walk with me. We're going to Article 8. I'm gonna give y'all remedy right now. Right. Article 8. People can't tell you it's fraud. Go to the public law library. There's one in your city. All right. There's one in your city. Utilize it, people. Stop saying that you don't know. Stop running to a lawyer because they're not gonna do this for you. They're not. That's like giving the court a black eye. All right. They're not. They're not there for the rights of you. All right. Even the Bible tell you, "Woe unto you, lawyers." What do you think Yahweh telling you? Come on, man. It's down to 2 Timothy 2:15, y'all. Study show thyself approved. So you gotta start doing that. 8-102. Alright. Damn. 8-102. 8-1. Y'all see me turning this page? I know y'all bear with me a little bit. 8-102. Alright. 8-102. Uniform Commercial Code. Alright. Investment securities. Alright. So I like to go on the codes because it governs everything. See, I'm telling you, I take you to Title 15, right? And I'm showing you over here in the Uniform Commercial Code where that governs all of this. All trade, commerce, and business runs under the Uniform Commercial Code. That's why these things was put in place. Let's go. All right. 8102. All right. Adverse claim. Adverse claim. All right. 8102, right? Adverse claim means that a claimant has a property interest in the financial asset and that it is a violation of the right of the claimant for another person to hold, transfer, or deal with the financial asset. All right? All right. So we're going to go down to subsection 9. All right? We're going to financial asset. All right? Except as otherwise provided in Section 8-103 means a security, right? A security. So you know security is a financial asset because we had financial asset in Section 9 in Section 8, Section 8-102, Section 9, right? That your security is a financial asset. That's your property, people. You know what I'm saying? That's your property. So you know you got preparatory. You got a preparatory interest. Excuse my French, y'all. It's like crazy when I'll be trying to articulate my words sometime, right? But you got a proprietary interest inside the property because it's yours. It's a financial asset, right? We're going to talk about the UCC1 and the financial statement and how you put a lien against these assets because these are yours. They're your securities and you're entitled to dividends. So when you're not giving your dividends, guess what? That's fraud and that's theft, all right? And then when you got theft and fraud going on, what you do? You file complaints. Go to the secretary the Security Exchange Commission website and go file your complaint. You feel me? These are stolen securities. How can you not benefit from what's yours? You are the creator. You are the issuer of the security because it started with you. If it wasn't for you, then there wouldn't be no them. All right? So, with no further ado, let's say, well, you got a financial asset in a security, and that's your property. So you got a property interest in a financial asset. What does UCC 3 that 306 says? Let's go to 3-306. All right. So like I said, I'm reading from my notes, and then I'm going in the codes for you. 3-306. All right. 3-306. All right. It say, all right. 3-306. Claims to an instrument. Alright? Claims to an instrument. Alright? I'm gonna read that for you. Alright? A person taking an instrument other than a person having rights of holder in due course is subject to a claim of a property or possessory right in the instrument or its proceeds, include a claim to rescind a negotiation and to recover the instrument or its proceeds. A person having right of a holder in due course takes free of the claim to the instrument. I want y'all to remember this. Alright? Go back and read what I just read. 3-306. Claim to an instrument, right? Because I'm going to show you how it ties into what I'm going to come up with next. Alright, so I'm going to read that to you one more time. It said a person take an instrument other than the person having rights of a holder in due course is subject to a claim of a property or a possessory right in the instrument or its proceeds. Proceeds mean moolah, right? Including a claim to rescind a negotiation and to recover the instrument or its proceed. A person having rights of a holder in due course takes free of claim to the instrument. All right? I want you to remember this last part. I'm going to say it again. A person having right of a holder in due course take free of the claim to the instrument. I want you to remember that. All right? Now watch this. Let me go back in my notes. All right? All right? So you know under 3-306 you got a property interest, all right? Now go to 8-105. 8-105 of the Uniform Commercial Code. All right? 8-105. I want y'all to walk with me. Calling me, calling me, calling me. Say my name. 8-105, people. 8-105. People, I'm 35 years old. Alright, I'm 35 years old. I'm old school with it. Alright, I gotta go to the books, cause the books online. Alright, can't be on all that internet stuff. Sometimes I be trying to keep up with myself. That's a lot to keep up with. Alright, 8-105. Damn, I can't even get there yet. Shit, before it's over with, I'm gonna have to get me a secretary to do all this shit. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but you know what? I do it for y'all. All right. Damn. I just stumbled up on something, y'all. Hold on. Just stumbled up on something. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and give you 8-201 real quick. Issuer. All right. It said, with respect to an obligation on or a defense to a security, an issuer includes a person that place or authorize the placing of his name on a security certificate other than an authenticating trustee, registrar, transfer agent, or the likes to evidence a share participation or other interest in the property or in an enterprise, or to evidence its duty to perform an obligation represented by the certificate. Right? I want y'all to go back to 802. I mean 8-201. We're gonna get there in a minute though. Alright. So let's go back to 8-102. That's what we was on our way to. No, 8-105. My bad, y'all. My bad. 8-105. We're gonna go back. You know what? That's the definition section now that I remember it. Now that I remember it. 8-105. Alright. UCC. 8-105. Y'all see it? Alright. Finna read it for y'all. One more time. Alright. Alright. So notice of adverse claim. Now this is how you put your shit together because all in here. Alright. You know what? My bad, y'all. I gotta show y'all this book. All right, this is the 5 series of the Redemption Manual. I am not promoting this book. I got no affiliates with nobody that wrote this book, okay? And this is not no form of promotion, but I'm just letting y'all know it got the whole codes in there, and it don't cost nothing but $50. $50, good spending dollars you could spend on your education. All right, it's $50. Thank God for the ones that put the hard work and putting the whole codes together and publishing this book. All right. And everything that I'm talking about today will be in my next book, okay? And I might publish one of these myself. So stay tuned. I'll keep you up to date on it. All right, so let's go to notice of adverse claim. Now, y'all got to be able to articulate the words out of this. You got to stick to the guidelines and regulation that's required of you when you filing these things, okay? And always remember to send your stuff certified mail return receipt, right? So that means you got to get that card too. You got to make sure y'all got to go the extra mile, man. This is your freedom. See, this is administrative law. Let me ask y'all a question, right? When for anybody that get bills, right? Let me show you how this works, all right? When y'all are about to default on the payment, they send you a notice in the mail, right? So now a notice is for you to pay attention and to take action, right? And when you don't, the next time they come back around, they shoot you another letter and they say, hey, we're about to come cut your shit off, man. Tighten up. Now the last bill, it's going to say, yo, final notice. All right? Final notice. Coming to cut your shit off any day now. All right? So that's what you do. What they did was exercise their administrative remedy. They gave you a notice, then they gave you an opportunity, and then they gave you a final default. All right? So they gave you a notice, then they gave you an opportunity, the notice uh, to to cure your default, and then they gave you a default, which is the final. That's how this works. That's how you got to document your stuff. You got to document everything. All right. You got to document everything that you file. That's why when you send the your mail certified return receipt, Okay, in all my letters, it tells you notice to agent is notice to principal. Okay, I don't give a damn if the janitor got the letter. All right, there's proof or evidence right here that somebody got it. Right, and by that person getting it, if it's not you, it's like you getting it. All right, so it don't make me none, and you got ample time for you to respond. Okay, that's how they got you. Got to give them due process before you could take any kind of actions against them. All right, you got to give them a way out. The same way the light bill, water bill, credit card company, all of them give you an opportunity. You have to give them due process. Otherwise, you would crash your case. They would dismiss your case. Okay, because you didn't follow procedure. You have to give notice. Okay. And also, let me give y'all something to study while y'all on this, right? I want y'all to study confession of judgment. I want you to study arbitration. Okay. I also want you to study caveat. Okay. I want you to look up these words in the Black's Law Dictionary. All right. And I want, like I said, when you want to know something, you Google it. And then when it comes up, it's always going to have Kernel Law as one of the places to go to get the definitions. I use Kernel Law, okay? But I also got numerous Black's Law Dictionary. All right, so with no further ado, let's get back into it, all right? So notice of adverse claim, right? A person has notice of an adverse claim if the person known of the adverse claim. Two, the person is aware of the of facts sufficient to indicate that there is a significant probability that the adverse claim exists and deliberately avoids information that would establish the existence of the adverse claim. Or the person has a duty imposed by statute or regulation to investigate whether an adverse claim exists, and the investigation so required would establish the existence of the adverse claim. Um, Having knowledge that a financial asset or interest therein is or has been transferred by a representative impose no duty of inquiry into the rightfulness of a transaction and is not notice of an adverse claim. However, a person who knows that a representative had transferred a financial asset or interest therein in a transaction, that is, or whose proceeds are being used for the individual benefit of the representative or otherwise in breach of duty has notice of adverse claim. All right. I want y'all to remember that. I want y'all to go back and study that. Okay. Study, study, study. I cannot stress that enough for y'all, man. Start flicking that remote. You know what I mean? The time you got to flick a remote is time you can educate yourself. Take an hour out of the day. It's not going to hurt you to just pick up the book and read. And like I said earlier, you can start with getting this free copy online. Okay. Read it. Read it. Buy y'all a Black's Law Dictionary online, man. We up to edition 11. You feel me? It's $150, man. Go ahead. You probably could get one used for a little bit cheaper than that, but it's the best thing. You are educating yourself. This like, yo, you could bring up your kids. All right? If it's too late for you, feel like you don't want to fight no more, help. Bring up your kids. Teach them this. All right? You live in a credit-based system. All right, where everything is done on credit, contract and credit. All right, you deal with accounting, from accounting to real estate every day. You engage in trade, commerce, and business one way or another. There's something you're doing. All right, you're employed somewhere, maybe as a real estate agent. Right, you're selling houses. You feel what I'm saying? Know the rights, man. Know the rights, because you know what? That take the liability off you. All right, do the right thing from the start, man. Stop screwing these people out of their hard-earned money. All right, y'all got a job to do, because as soon as they find out about this, they're gonna come back and get what belongs to them in the first place, and then sue you for defamation. So this goes for all y'all financial institution out there, man. I like to get over on the people, man. I'm for the people. All right, I'm for the people. That's why we here. All right, Fine University of Yahweh. All right. So, all right. So we just went from 808-105, right? 8-105 will tell you how to put together an adverse claim. All right. Now, they're gonna hate me, y'all. All right. Then go down to 8-505. 8-505. We're going to 8-505. All right. 8-505. I'm in a better mood today. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a bad day. I mean, it's outside. It's raining. It's now 4:35. 4:35 Eastern time. All right. It's the June 2nd. The year already took off, didn't it? 8-505 people. See, we deal with facts. I don't deal with opinion. Don't come in my inbox about giving me no opinion. All right? Come in my inbox. If you're leaving a comment, leave a comment. Be polite in your comment. Be respectful. All right? I will ban you from my channel. Okay? As I know I said in the first video, I was gonna give y'all a way to contact me, but all right. You could contact me through my email, which is madisonrichard8701 @gmail.com. Okay, or I ain't gonna give y'all a contact. I'm gonna put together a contact number for y'all. All right, but for right now, you could or you could just leave a comment. I read the comment, and if you leave your info, nah, I ain't gonna say that. Just leave your name in there, and I respond to it, your question, and then I'll just drop my information where you could contact me in there, and we'll just go from there. All right. Now, when this becomes too much tedious problem for y'all, man, you know, holla at me. All right. So 8-505, right? We're at 8-505. All right. 8-505. 8-505. All right. So, all right. All right. So, duty of securities intermediary with respect to payments and distribution. Security intermediary, look up the word intermediary, right? That's another homework. Look it up. All right. Shall take action to obtain a payment or distribution made by the issuer of a financial asset. A security intermediary satisfies the duty if the security intermediary acts with respect to the duty as agreed upon by the entitled owner and the securities intermediary are in the absence of an agreement. The security intermediary exercise due care in accordance with reasonable commercial standard to attempt to obtain the payment or distribution. A security intermediary is obligated to its entitled owner for a payment or distribution made by the issuer of a financial asset if the payment or distribution is received by the security intermediary. All right, remember that. All right, so remember I told you got an adverse claim, right? I just explained these things to you, right? And I'm putting it together to show you how you come back after your securities, right? And this is how I just gave you the level and steps. Now we're going to carry on, right? The 3-305C, all right? I'm going to show you your second claim. 3-305C, all right? 3-305C. 3-305C. All right. See what I say? 3-305C. Defense and claim and recoupment. All right. You're right. It's your security. I just showed you throughout this shit numerous times. Go get your security. Go make your inquiry. You got more than enough to go do a FOIA request. Freedom of Information Act. All right. Type your FOIA up, all right, and send off to these companies. They have a right to respond to you, all right. So let's come back, all right. So 3-305, defense and claim and recoupment, all right. So listen what it states now. Except as stated in subsection D, in an action to enforce the obligation of a party to pay the instrument, the obligator may not assert against the person entitled to enforce the instrument a defense, claim and recoupment, or claim to the instrument. Section 3-306 of another person, but the other person claim to the instrument may be asserted by the obligator if the other person is joined in the action and personally asserts the claim against the person entitled to enforce the instrument. An obligator is not obligated to pay the instrument if the person seeking enforcement of the instrument does not have a right of holder in due course, and the obligator prove that the instrument is lost or stolen. Let me read that again, because I had to really look at that. All right, because I stopped to see what I wanted to go back and point out to y'all. Right, so it said, except as stated in subsection D, in an action to enforce the obligation of a party to pay the instrument, the obligor, look up the word obligor again. All right, remember you seen that in 16, in 15, in Title 15 USC 1605. You already done see that too many times, right? And throughout there you see what the word credit. Go look up the word credit. Go look up the word loan in the Black's Law Dictionary. Go look up security. All right, look up these things. I just gave it to you throughout the whole code when we started this video. All right, so let's go. All right, so may not assert against the person entitled to enforce the instrument a defense, claim and recoupment, or claim to the instrument. Section 3-306 of another person, but the other person claim to the instrument may be asserted by the obligor if the other person is joined in the action and personally asserts the claim against the person entitled to enforce the instrument. An obligor is not obligated to pay the instrument if the person seeking enforcement of the instrument does not have rights of holder in due course, and the obligor proved that the instrument is lost or stolen. Now, it does show you, right, not only an instrument, not only you're not getting dividends off an instrument, right, but that's theft. That is theft at its finest, because number one, they never gave you disclosure of this security instrument, and they never enlighten you to the fact that you was a party to this, all right? So they intentionally conceal this from you, right? Which is fraud. Your whole contract is based on fraud. Okay, if you're not raising these things as defense, they're going to take your house. They're going to take your car. They're going to take whatever it is that they financed you. They're going to take it from you if you don't start asserting your claim. You got an adverse claim. Okay, I just showed you that you are an issuer. I just showed you that you engage into a consumer credit transaction. Use these verbiage, okay? Start sending them these letters for your request for accountant, okay? Request for accountant come on the 9 UCC 9-210, okay? And let me show you what mine looks like, because you know I got quite a few that I done sent out through, you know what I mean? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Get real crazy up in here. Now look. Alright. See that? I'm about to send this one here out to True Accord. I don't know who they think they is up in here talking about I owe you. I owe you what? I ain't had no contract with you. I had no contract with you. Why did y'all even try? Hold on. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell you something. All right, let me tell y'all a little story real quick. So, last year, 2022, I had a loan, right? I got a loan. Little, what was it? $1,500 loan, right? All right. So these people say, hey, you owe me. Shit, I had done got sick. I ain't gonna lie to you. I done got sick, and then I had an injury in my hand. All right, so I couldn't work no nothing for a little minute. I cooked for a living at the time. All right, so I'm like, damn, I gotta fall behind on my bills. So, so shit, I defaulted. Long story short, I defaulted. All right, so I defaulted. They tried to take me through arbitration. Remember, I told you about arbitration. This is a part of your administrative remedy. Stop going to these people courts. Stop going to these people courts. Go study the Arbitration Act. It used to be the United States Arbitration Act, right? Now it's the Federal Arbitration Act, right? Look at it. Go read it, study it, understand it. Everything I tell you to go look up, go look it up. All right? So let's move it on. So like I said, so them people decide they want to take me through arbitration. I said, you want to take me through arbitration? A man called and said, hey. I still got the recording on my phone. He called and said, hey, I didn't talk to such and such. But he said that to my voicemail, so he didn't talk to me. So next day, he called back like he was a thug. He had me scared. Nigga said, hey, he said, hey, you got 24 hours to get me back before my office sends this paper. I said, what? I know he ain't just tried me. I ain't never had nobody put down on me like that, dude. This man just tried me. He said, hey, you got 24 hours. You know what I said? When you ever hear a debt collector try you like that? So I said, shit, I'm going to call this motherfucker up and see who the heck you talking to. So I called him up. I said, hey, I'm looking for such and such. He said, yeah, this me. I said, hey, you call me. This is such and such. You call me. He had the nerve to leave this on my voicemail. Like you a thug. What you gonna do? R else. You see that R else. This is what you didn't say I was looking at. R else. Alright? By somebody else's money. You know that ain't going in your pocket. So I said, transfer me to your supervisor. So I just transferred me to the supervisor. Man, the supervisor went to vibing. We go to vibing. He said, man, I apologize for my representative acted order. So he was like, I'm like, man, all right, whatever. So we go to kicking it because, you know, he from New York, I'm from New York, so we go to vibing. They up in New York, upstate, right? And we go to vibing, this and that right there. Real nice guy, man. Supervisor was nice, man. So he said, man, this is a resolution group now. So he said, man, so yeah, tell me your side of the story, blase squaze. So I said, man, listen, man, I got sick. I had a sustained injury, so I ended up defaulting on my loan, man. I ain't, you know what I mean? I tried calling them, but they still want their money. So I'm like, man, and I'm like, yo, how I end up here anyway? You feel me? They didn't even send me no notice of commence of action or none of that though. So he was like, what? He said, man, I said, man, they didn't send me nothing. They just denied me due process. I shouldn't be talking to you right now. So he was like, man, listen. I'm gonna get back to the bottom of this. They ain't get what? So hey, I done stopped them for a little bit. You hear me? Well, shoot, I was even thinking about it. Time passed. I stayed in contact with him. You know what I mean? Telling like, yo, I really want to get rid of this loan. So let's go ahead and blah this squaze. But you know, I'm playing the fiddle because I know how to get rid of all this. All right, I know how to get rid of all this, and I did. All right, because I showed you that I done canceled an $11,000 contract. You feel me? And with LaBelle Finance, get up out of here. Get up out of here. You already got paid. All right? Be satisfied before I come see about you. All right? So, anyway, long story short, I called back. He said, the lady told me, hey, my office no longer want to affiliate this up with you. I'm like, yo, excuse me? He said, yeah, the case has been closed. I was like, all right, you have your blessed one. All right? So, boom. I called OPP loan and I said, hey, this such and such. I said, Why are you reporting on my credit and the account is closed? You can't transfer a closed account. That's unlawful. Boy, I just gave y'all $1 million worth of game. You hear what I said? If you got a charge off on your account, on your credit, okay, your consumer report. Let's stop using the word credit report, all right? Use the word consumer report because that's in their language. Consumer reports. All right, all these are reporting agency. They are private lenders and private corporations. All right, with Dun and Bradstreet numbers. All right, look up what I just said. All right, listen to what I just said. They got Dun and Bradstreet numbers. All right, from the courthouse to everybody. You engage in commerce is just finance and medium and fake exchange. Okay, there's no money. What? You ain't hear me? There is no money. All you got is just debt instruments. All right. Securities. Securities of the United States. Look at 18 USC Section 8. Ain't no but securities out here. Debt instruments. That's it. Securities. All right. You playing with securities. I'm going to come back and verify that code too in a minute. 8 USC. Motherfucker, let me do it for y'all right now. And get back to the matter I have. But anyway, they say oh, we gotta we gotta turn it over to what's the name? That's what True Accord. They told me about True Accord. I said True Accord. Are they a part of OPP loan? I said no, it's just a person that's affiliate. They try to use wordplay with me. I said, ma'am, let me tell you something. That's its own entity. If it ain't OPP loan, it's its own entity. Okay, and you transfer the account to them without me even notifying me of your action. All right. She said, all right. She said, so she shut up. I was like, yo, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I will deal with you later. Have a good day. And I hung up. I called True Accord. I got their information too. All right. I have no contract with you. Okay. Number one, you engaged in a fraud transaction. So it's definite. I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to deal with them. All right. They're in my crosshair. And that's going to be the next one. I done cancel out my credit report. People, I done did one for 11 bands. I done showed you. Matter of fact, let me show you again. Let me show you again. Damn. Let me show you again. Give me a second. Let me show you. Give me a second, y'all. I got so much. Um. Oh my God. Why did I do that? Yeah, man. The struggle is real out here, but yo, tell y'all something, man. If you don't start educating yourself, people gonna continue to take you for a fool. Say that to people all the time. Educate yourself, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the key to opening the doors for you. Get you out of poverty. Alright? Get you out of poverty. Let me show y'all some of my securities. That wasn't a good shot, but Credit One Bank removed from your file. That was for like $600. Alright. Um um and where's LaBelle? Let me see, LaBelle. Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bum bum bum. LaBelle Finance. All right. Remove from your. This was my BMW. All right. This is my BMW for 11,000. Um, $203. Let me show you. Let me show you that was factual. All right. Look, LaBelle. All right. See how much? 11 bands. All right. My process worked. Like I said, when it becomes tedious paperwork for you, holla at me. Drop a comment. Reach out to me, and I'll get back to you. All right. So, let's go back in these codes real quick. So we could get this over with because I'm running 46 minutes already. All right. I just showed you how to put together your stuff. All right. So ask yourself, right? What am I gonna do? Ask yourself because this is new information for you, right? This is entirely new information for you. True, you feel me? Listen, what 3-302 said. Holder in due course. It said if says UCC 3-302 holder in due course, right? So it said I if one, the person entitled to enforce an instrument has only a security interest in the instrument, and the person obligated to pay the instrument as a defense, claim and recoupment are claim to the instrument that may be asserted against the person who granted the security interest, the person entitled to enforce the instrument may assert right as a holder in due course only to an amount payable under the instrument, which at the time of enforcement of the instrument does not exceed the amount of unpaid obligations secured. Alright. So um that's it, y'all. I just want y'all to for real, man. I don't like to see my brothers and sisters and them on the street, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all brothers and sisters, man. Cause Yahweh the Creator, man. He created all of us equally, man. And truth be told, man, that's how y'all should be with each other. Stop being like crabs. All right, stop hindering each other. Uplift each other, man. Stop stepping on each other. You feel me? That's why these people running over you like this because they know y'all ain't gonna come together. Y'all ain't never gonna come together. All right. Read 2 Timothy 2:15. All right. I want y'all to study, man. Word of the day, study, man. All right. Yahweh love you. I got loves for you. All right. Y'all stay safe out there. Alright, there's one more thing, y'all homeowners. I want y'all to go look at this, man. This case right here, man. You know what? That's about everybody, because one day you might own your house if you don't already have your house. One day you might own your house and see all this mechanism right here applies to every financial transaction that you get into. If you get into a car loan, a house, all right. Remember, you're not supposed to come out of pocket. Once they approve you, you let them know, man. I'm not giving up no 10%. That's included in my finance charge. All right, that's fraud, and you take them to 15 USC 1605. All right, and you read them. You let them know you're going there already knowing your rights. All right. So I thank y'all for tuning in, and I will catch up with y'all again. All right. Peace.